now. In the month of May, we're trying to raise $2,000 for the Humane Society of Louisiana. Donate right now at humanela.org.
Another challenge for the Green Hornet. His aide, Cato, and their rolling arsenal, the Black Beauty. On
It's
police
New Orleans'
records, a
own
wanted
Al
criminal.
Jumbo
The
Hurt.
Green Hornet is really Britt
Al
Reed,
Hurt on the trumpet.
owner publisher of the Daily Sentinel. His dual
Still
identity known
relevant
only to
in the
his secretary
60s when that
and to the district
rock and
attorney.
roll
And
thing
now,
was
to
exploding.
protect the rights and lives of decent citizens, rides the Green Hornet.
The Green Hornet. Speaking of green, his multi-million-dollar complex in La Jolla outside San Diego, it's number 9, Mr. Drew Brees. Number 9. It is indeed New Orleans, Louisiana. Yeah, you right. Thank you, number 9. Thank you, Drew Brees. Corey Johnson back at you on a kind of summerish feeling Tuesday. I think you can get stuff done like early morning. I think you can get stuff done like 7:30. That's when I walk the dogs now, like 7:30. 7:30. And you'll catch a cool breeze or a not hot breeze blowing sometimes. I don't know what the deal is. It seems as the sun sets, the breeze picks up. But then when the sun fully sets, when it's setting, the breeze picks up. But then when it sets, it's kind of no wind at all, hot and humid. No, we're definitely fading into summer. We're on the brink of it. I don't foresee any 50s and 60s until like November probably. But I do foresee the 90s heading our way. Although looking on the old weather.com or whichever website you prefer for weather forecasts, the next week and a half, I just see 70s and 80s. No 90s yet. We have not had a day of 90 degrees yet in Metro New Orleans, although yesterday and today felt like 90 plus. Right now it feels like 90 plus. About 88 degrees. Definitely a little hot. Very, very warm, to say the least. But no, we still haven't hit officially 90 degrees yet. Corey Johnson with you Tuesday afternoon. Yeah, you right. The 4 o'clock hour brought to you by Katie's in Mid-City. Why aren't you at Katie's in Mid-City right now? What a great place to wind down the day. Just full of New Orleans characters each and every day. They open for lunch. They're open for dinner. They're open throughout the day. So folks at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 o'clock after work plopping down at the bar, yapping it up, just a bunch of characters that are regulars. Some actually live in the neighborhood, can walk to Katie's. Some live not too far away, but drive to Katie's and kind of make it their neighborhood bar. And there's some folks that don't even live in Orleans Parish that are in Katie's 2, 3, 4, 5 times a week, making it their neighborhood bar. It is the quintessential New Orleans neighborhood restaurant in the heart of Mid-City, Iberville corner, Telemachus, a Mid-City mainstay. 4 o'clock hour this afternoon brought to you by Katie's in Mid-City. Don't forget about Scott Craig's other restaurant, Francesca Deli and Pizzeria in Lakeview on Harrison Avenue, in between Canal Boulevard and West End Boulevard, the old Charlie's Deli location. At least 15 different specialty sandwiches to choose from, deli sandwiches, or build your own. Choose the bread, choose the meat, the dressing, the cheese, the extras. No, a real deli, Francesca Deli and Pizzeria in Lakeview. Corey Johnson with you on a Tuesday. Thanks for finding us every weekday afternoon. 2 big hours on the radio. Oh, so fine. 93.9 FM. Learn it, live it, love it. 93.9 FM. Our radio home. 2 big hours every weekday afternoon. 93.9 FM. Starting at 4 p.m., you can check us out on New Orleans' own 107.9 FM. 107.9 FM, New Orleans' own. KareTalks.com, live streaming via our website. Kaare spelled Kaare. You can email us, Kaare@KareTalks.com. We're on YouTube. Click to subscribe to our YouTube channel. Don't cost nothing. Click to subscribe to our YouTube channel, Kaare Johnson Neutral Ground on YouTube. And yeah, the first 90 minutes of the 2-hour talk radio program simulcast on television. Cox Channel 4 TV, Spectrum Channel 333 television, all over Louisiana, all over the state. Now, we know Mayor LaToya, the Destroyer Cantrell's reputation, sometimes opens her mouth, gets in trouble for opening her mouth, ready, fire, aim, kind of a Mike Ditka-esque mentality. Ready, fire, aim. You remember she opens her mouth, kind of wrecks the deal with the Target in New Orleans East. The other day, she mentions that Joe Yeager has 2 viable offers on the table for the Plaza Tower. Then immediately, publicly after making that comment, publicly says, I got to back off. Shouldn't be speaking about that. 2 girls, students, one who just graduated from Delgado Nursing School, another who is at Southern, one a mother, both around 20, killed outside of a bar, a club on Claiborne, about 1:30 in the morning. Mayor Cantrell kind of takes that, man, if you're taking out cash in an ATM at night, you're up to no good. Kind of takes that 1:30 in the morning outside of a bar thing. You got to be up to no good. Cantrell insinuates they were part of this female participation in the drug trade in New Orleans, which has been there for a long, long time, for decades, female participation. It's probably more now than ever. You probably have some females that have bigger roles than they've ever had in the drug trade in New Orleans, and shootings, and women getting shot, and women doing the shooting. But these 2 apparently weren't part of the drug trade or any of that, just out at 1:30, like the majority of folks at that time. And the mayor insinuated they were kind of part of the drug trade. That, they're out at 1:30 and a lot of women are into this kind of stuff, and now is backtracking, kind of doubling down on protecting women because of the comment. Last week, it was none of these acts were random. We have to understand that women play a role in violent crime activity in our city. So these 2 women are victims of violent crime. The mayor insinuates they're victims of violent crime because they're part of violent crime. They do some inflicting of violent crime themselves. The family of the 2 victims really upset with the mayor, and the mayor having to kind of now not reverse course, not say I'm sorry, not apologize, not say I made a mistake, just sort of pivot and be very proactive in saying how important it is to protect women from violent crime in New Orleans. A Jefferson Parish sports complex, the John Alario Jr. Sports Complex. Wow, that soccer facility in Algiers that is yet to be built, that's supposed to be the Heitmeyer Soccer Complex. Boy, these hack politicians, Heitmeyer, Alario, these jokers that have done a great job enriching themselves, family, and friends over the years, the decades, love naming stuff after their just painfully average fathers, just nothing special fathers. I'm not going to dog them and say their fathers are crooked or corrupt or, angle towards deviant behavior like the sons. But nothing special Too many West Bank people in Algiers, West Wego, Avondale, deserving of a public building or facility named after one of their loved ones. Someone that maybe, the ultimate sacrifice, going to fight in one of these Gulf wars, Middle East wars we've had the last 20, 30 years. Instead, you have Heitmeyer's name potentially on the soccer stadium, and now this John Alario Jr. sports complex. Anyway, Jefferson Parish is going to pour tens of millions of dollars into that. In that Fairfield area, a.k.a. Bridge City, we'll talk more about that. Corey Johnson with you on a Tuesday. We broadcast live every day from the Buddy Diliberto River Cities Total Maintenance Studios. Air conditioning not working right? You're uncomfortable. Get it working this afternoon. Get it working tonight. River Cities Total Maintenance is there. Honest air conditioning experts that come right now. Find them at NOLAAC.com. NOLAAC.com. NOLAAC.com.
Our Humane May fundraiser is going on right now. In the month of May, we're trying to raise $10,000 for the Humane Society of Louisiana. Donate right now at humanela.org.
River Cities Total Maintenance keeps you cool, New Orleans. NOLAAC.com is your cool spot.
The Woodhouse Day Spa, with 5 area locations: New Orleans, Metairie, Slidell, Baton Rouge, and now Mandeville. A day of relaxation is just moments away at the Woodhouse Day Spa. WoodhouseSpas.com.
Fausto's Italian Bistro on Vets has daily lunch specials Monday through Friday, and their entire lunch menu is available too. Open 11 a.m. through 2:30 p.m. For the finest in Sicilian and Italian cuisine, Fausto's Italian Bistro on Vets. Did you know Rouse's sells only Angus beef? Angus beef's natural marbling means more succulence and flavor. Whether you choose Rouse's USDA Prime, Choice, or Select, it'll be only Angus beef when you get it at Rouse's. Tastes like home.
Leidenheimer, that's what I said. Leidenheimer, that's French for bread. Leidenheimer.
5 generations, family-owned and operated. Leidenheimer French bread. Young's Dry Cleaning has free pickup and delivery. That's right, Young's Dry Cleaning has absolutely free pickup and delivery. Home or office, East Bank or West Bank. Call Young's at 288-8381 or online at youngsdrycleaning.com.
Why wear the same old glasses that everyone else is wearing? Stand out from the crowd. Come to Art and Eyes. Art and Eyes is not your typical eyeglasses store. It's one of the finest eyewear shops in the country, right here in New Orleans, with precision-engineered prescription lenses and gorgeous high-quality frames from the heart of Europe, Japan, and the United States. Our products are thoughtfully curated, and our staff are here to help you find exactly the right frames. Art and Eyes, a magazine as unique as you.
Here at the NOLA Coalition, we love our kids and we love our city. The people of New Orleans are standing together for a better future. By harnessing our collective resources, the NOLA Coalition will create a safer, more prosperous city for all residents. Your support is needed to help reduce violence, invest in our children, and drive generational change. Join now at nolacoalition.info.
From the owners of Katie's in Mid-City and Bienvenue in Harahan, an old school deli with over a dozen specialty sandwiches. Francesca Deli and Pizzeria on Harrison Avenue in Lakeview between Canal Boulevard and West End. Francesca Deli and Pizzeria.
The Port of New Orleans is the gateway to global commerce, the economic engine that moves Louisiana and our country forward. For more than 125 years, Port Nola has continued to deliver the goods we use each and every day, by river, rail, and by road. No matter what, it all happens right here, delivering Louisiana's future. At the Port of New Orleans, your working river. Learn more about your Port of New Orleans. Visit portnola.com.
Being a part of people's lives, from an engagement ring to a wedding band. Before you know it, the wedding day is here and groom and bride are exchanging gifts on that day. And not too long after that, there's baby gifts to have. And I just enjoy being part of other people's family, saying, Mr. Friend did my engagement ring and he did my mom and dad's engagement ring. My name is Ken Friend of Friend & Company Fine Jewelers. You've got a friend in the jewelry business.
Which Metro New Orleans area restaurant made CNN's top 50 in America and ThrillList.com's top 25 and has served presidents at the White House for over 40 years? Treme in Mandeville.
Yeah, you right. Just in time for last Sunday's Mother's Day. For you guys that blew it on Sunday, that was Mother's Day. I've got a few $50 Woodhouse Day Spa gift certificates for you. Good at one of the 5 area Woodhouse Day Spa locations, 2 on the South Shore, 2 on the North Shore in Baton Rouge. WoodhouseSpas.com, the city's premier day spa, the Woodhouse Day Spa. Rouse's Markets phone lines to participate in the program, 766-9480. That's how you dial us up. The area code in New Orleans, 504. 766-9480. 766-9480. Yeah, I've got some trivia questions. If you have answers, I've got 50 big bucks for you. Good at the Woodhouse Day Spa. Simple rules. No intranet device, no search engine, no cheating. You either know the answer in your head or you don't. 766-9480. Which state has the most alligators? In the United States, which state has the most alligators? 766-9480. Louisiana, more alligators or crocodiles? 766-9480. 766-9480. Hey, what is the state flower here in Louisiana? The state flower here in Louisiana. 766-9480. 766-9480. There are multiple malls, I guess, that have opened and closed in Metro New Orleans through the years. You know, some are larger than others. There were 3 big ones, 3 major malls, 3 of them. Name any of those 3 malls. I guess this is like 3 questions. I'm looking for 3 different answers. You give me just one, and I've got a $50 Woodhouse Day Spa gift certificate for you. 3 shopping malls have opened and closed in New Orleans, 3 major ones. 2 in Orleans Parish proper, New Orleans proper. 1 in an outlying parish. 3 shopping malls have closed in Metro New Orleans. In about the last 50 years have opened and closed. Name any one of those 3, and I've got 50 big bucks for you at the Woodhouse Day Spa. The flagship's on Canal Street at Carrollton in Mid-City. They're in Metairie near North Kenner, Transcontinental at West Esplanade. They're on the North Shore. The newest Woodhouse Day Spa location, Mandeville, East Causeway Approach, right across the street from the Mandeville City Hall. They're in Slidell, right off of I-10 in Gauze. And they're in Baton Rouge by the Mall of Louisiana. WoodhouseSpas.com. Yeah, I've got some trivia questions. Rouse's Markets phone lines are open. 766-9480. 766-9480. Which state has the most alligators? More alligators or crocodiles in Louisiana? The Louisiana state flower. Major shopping malls. I count 3 local major malls that have opened and closed in the last 50 years. 3 major malls. 766-9480. You got answers? I got 50 big bucks for you at one of the 5 area Woodhouse Day Spa locations. 766-9480. 766-9480. I bust on John Ilario, and rightfully so. A politician for like 50 years, sets up friends and family, his mentors, Edwin Edwards, a lot of crooked, deviant behavior over the decades, not a lot on the resume sheet. I can go on and on and on. But besides that, I often talk about like good politicians like the Stacey Ed, the Arnie Filco. Even if you get someone who's honest and works hard and is out for us and is civic-minded, it doesn't mean you're going to get great results. They have to produce, the timing's right. Do they have powers going against them, whatever. So even when you have great, honest, civic-minded people, doesn't guarantee great results. When you have the opposite, it guarantees no results. It guarantees no results. Now, in John Ilario's case, I think he's crooked and deviant. But even if he weren't, he lacks foresight, insight, the wherewithal to see the big picture, just average intelligence, sort of painfully average like the mayor. He's not dumb. John Ilario's not stupid, but John Ilario's not smart. He's not special. He doesn't possess leadership skills. He's not some bridge builder, brings people together, all this nonsense. He's more of a hack than a leader. And because of that, we have a $1 billion UEP Long Bridge, $1 billion with a B. It's going into Bridge City, which we're going to name Fairfield. Fairfield instead of Bridge City. Try to take it to a classier name. Airline Highway, Airline Drive, Intracoastal Canal, Intracoastal Waterway. Or I should say the Industrial Canal became the Industrial Waterway. Just get out the canal out of there, waterway a little softer, get highway out of there, drive sounds softer. Fairfield sounds better than Bridge City. You get this, Laney Schwest, I guess, wants to build this $50-60 million racetrack on the West Bank. A real leader, if John Ilario was a real leader, would be like, Laney, we're going to go about 15 minutes down the road, right by, Fred Hebe and Butch Ward's dump, those clowns, those jokers. Speaking of political hacks, grease in the palms of the right people. And then the Jefferson Parish dump, they're right next to each other. The dump's going to be like a buffer for the noise of the track. And it's 15 minutes, just 15 minutes farther down the road. Maybe get that area developed. But we don't want to track at Fairfield. You have the TPC golf course already. We're trying to lure businesses and neighborhoods to this area. Can't have a noisy racetrack. John Ilario doesn't even see that. Just sees another thing that can go there. And let's do it. And you have this noisy racetrack where no one wants to build a business. No one wants to put a neighborhood near it. After a $1 billion UEP Long Bridge expansion where growth in Fairfield, Bridge City should be explosive right now, it's the dead opposite. Bridge has been open now for about a decade, and not too much growth over there on the West Bank at all because of the noisy track, because the lack of foresight and leadership skills of John Ilario to build it just 15 minutes down the road. Let those garbage dumps be the natural buffer of all the noise. But, lack of leadership. Let's head to the phone lines. Rouse's Markets phone line, 766-9480. Speaking of the West Bank, we head to Harvey. Denise joins us. Hey, Denise.
Hey, how you doing?
Doing well. How you doing this afternoon?
Oh, my God, I'm so excited.
You're on the air, Denise. You're on television and radio from Harvey.
I know, right?
Yep.
I'm so excited.
What's happening? What's on your mind?
I want to answer one of the questions.
All right. Pick your poison, whichever one you like.
Let's do the state flower.
All right. Louisiana state flower, Denise.
They're in bloom right now, the magnolia.
The magnolia is in bloom right now. You are correct.
Yeah, you're right.
Ding, ding, ding. What do we have for her, Johnny?
Thank you.
Yeah, I got $50 big for you, Denise, at one of the 5 area Woodhouse Day Spa locations.
No, and I'm going to have to go to the East Bank, right?
Yep, I guess you can go. Yeah, no West Bank location yet. But yeah, you could go to Canal Street at Carrollton or beeline across the UEP and catch the one at West Esplanade and Transcontinental.
I can do that, Corey. I am so excited.
Awesome. Hey, Denise, don't go anywhere, all right?
Don't you worry. I'm going to sit right here at Walmart and wait for you to come back on the line or somebody else.
Yeah, you're right. Jason's coming back on the line. That's Denise and Harvey on the Westbank. Jason's going to get some info from you, Denise, and we're going to tighten you up with a $50 Woodhouse Day Spa gift certificate. State Flower, the beautiful magnolia. Leo is in New Orleans. What up, Leo? Leo the lion.
Yeah.
There you are. What's up, man?
Ain't nothing up. I'm trying to answer this question. The alligator.
Yeah, which question? Which one? Which state has the most alligators, or does Louisiana have more alligators or crocodiles?
Florida would be the more alligators.
Florida would have the most alligators, Leo?
Yeah. Yes.
That would be incorrect.
Yeah, you wrong.
Oh, Lord.
That's a good guess, though, but incorrect.
Okay. That's all right. We'll try next time.
Yeah, you're right. Thanks for calling, Leo. Thanks for checking out the program. That is all right, Leo. Exactly. You'll try again next time. You'll be a winner soon. We're staying on the Westbank or heading back to the Westbank. Ken is in Gretna. What up, Ken?
Hey, man. How you doing, Corey?
Doing well, Ken. Yourself?
Oh, man. I'm doing good. Enjoying your show.
Good, man. Thank you.
Listen, I got the mall answer. I think it's Lake Parish Plaza out in the east. One of the ones that closed.
Yeah, 3 major malls have closed, opened and closed, built from the ground up and closed in the last 50 years. 2 of them don't even exist. One of them's like half still there. The Plaza in New Orleans East. That is correct.
Yeah, you right.
Yeah. What do we have for her, Johnny?
Got 50 big bucks for you, Ken and Gretna at the Woodhouse.
Awesome.
You tighten up the wife?
Thanks so much. Yes, man. That's a good gift certificate.
That's a great gift certificate. She'll love you for it. Ken and Gretna, hang on. Don't go anywhere. Denise and Harvey, hang on. Don't go anywhere. Jason's getting some info from you right now.
For us, it's really relationships. And if you care about the relationship, you're going to do the right thing for the customer all the time. When we're in design process of a custom-made piece, I have a test that says, if I wouldn't give this to my wife, I think we should pass and start over. If it's not perfect, it's going back to the shop. We're going to start all the way over. My name is Ken Friend of Friend & Company Fine Jewelers. You've got a friend in the jewelry business.
At Home Paint and Decorating, our paints are in it for the long haul. In fact, our top bench more exterior paints come with a lifetime warranty. Not 25 years, not 50 years, we mean forever. You heard right. At Helm Paint, our top exterior paints have a lifetime warranty against chipping, peeling, and flaking. They also are mildew resistant. Imagine painting your home one time and being done with it. Visit any one of our locations today and make that once-in-a-lifetime purchase. Paint that has a lifetime warranty. Helm Paint and Benjamin Moore. Let us steer you in the right direction.
For Leidenheimer Baking Company, producing the perfect French bread is more than a vocation. It's a sacred mission. And for 5 generations, they've used the same time-honored process, baking their signature loaf with its crisp crust and delicate center, unique and still good to the last crumb. From the finest French Quarter restaurants to your local po' boy shop, for over 125 years, New Orleans' own Leidenheimer.
Here at the NOLA Coalition, we love our kids and we love our city. The people of New Orleans are standing together for a better future. By harnessing our collective resources, the NOLA Coalition will create a safer, more prosperous city for all residents. Your support is needed to help reduce violence, invest in our children, and drive generational change. Join now at nolacoalition.info.
For game-changing innovation, look to the Latrim family of companies located in Harahan. Intralocks, a Latrim company, changed the game when they invented modular plastic conveyor belts over 40 years ago. These belts and innovative Intralocks technology are transforming movement in manufacturing facilities around the world. Intralocks is a dynamic global company now hiring in production, warehousing, shipping, and more. If you want to be part of our successful team, visit Latrim.com. That's LAITRAM.com.
The Woodhouse Day Spa, with 5 area locations: New Orleans, Metairie, Slidell, Baton Rouge, and now Mandeville. A day of relaxation is just moments away at the Woodhouse Day Spa. WoodhouseSpas.com.
There's a Middle Eastern restaurant that's less than 5 minutes from where Causeway and River Road meet, Lebanon's Cafe. Convenient to Old Metairie and Old Jefferson. Carrollton at Jeanette on the streetcar line, Lebanon's Cafe.
The Lamarck Automotive Collision Center. It's open now. We fix cars and trucks. We do all makes and models. And it doesn't have to be a Ford or a Lincoln. It could be whatever you're driving. 32,000 square feet under roof. Now open at 3101 Williams Boulevard. It's all about you, the customer, getting the most for your dollar. I would say the most perfect collision center anywhere. The Lamarck Automotive Collision Center, 3101 Williams Boulevard. Go check it out.
In New Orleans, we don't eat to live, we live to eat.
More is better.
Scott Craig of Katie's.
That is our slogan. More is better at Katie's. It means more of everything. Not just more food, more smiles, more friendship, more love, more. When you do something, you have to do it right. You know, it's all about more, and it's all more of the good things.
Get more at Katie's Restaurant in Mid-City.
Our Humane May fundraiser is going on right now. In the month of May, we're trying to raise $10,000 for the Humane Society of Louisiana. Donate right now at humanela.org. Yeah, you right. Crescent City and beyond. Corey Johnson with you. It's a hot one. Getting close to 90 degrees, high 80s, high humidity, feels above 90, just like yesterday. I think outside of today and yesterday, maybe a day or two so far in 2023 where it felt like 90 or above. So, you know, there haven't been too many days where it's felt like 90, and there's been 0 days in 2023 where we've actually hit 90, but we're on the brink of it. We're getting close. Although the next week to 10 days, lots of 70s and 80s on the forecast sheet. I don't see any 90s yet. I like that. Stay away, 90s. Hey, I've got some $50 Woodhouse Day Spa gift certificates available. Which state has the most alligators? Louisiana, more alligators or crocodiles? Major malls here in New Orleans that have basically in the last 50 years been built from the ground up and are gone. I said they're 3. They're really 4 if you want to talk major big malls, 4. Built from the ground up in the last 50 years. 2 of them don't even exist anymore. The other 2, their partial remains being reused, being repurposed into something else. 4 major malls. One of them's off the list, the Plaza in New Orleans East. Corey Johnson with you on a Tuesday. Yeah, Jefferson Parish wants to build a sports complex, you know, ball fields, baseball diamond, soccer fields, football fields, basketball gyms, AAU high school sports complex, bring people in from the region. They want to do that on the Westbank, right across the UEP Long Bridge in Bridge City, a.k.a. Fairfield. That's one of the few things you could add to that area. You've got the golf course, and then the sky was the limit until lack of wherewithal, lack of foresight, lack of leadership skills, painfully average John Alario green-lighted Laney Schwest's racetrack in that Fairfield area. Now you have this loud, noisy racetrack that no one wants to have their business located next to, and no one wants to build a neighborhood next to. It's ruined. I mean, seriously, unless you shut down the track. And I doubt a track that's a decade old, 12 years old, that was $50 million to initially build and millions have been poured into it since. I doubt they're going to tear the track up and rebuild it down by the
Parish dump about 10, 15 minutes down the road past Mosca's. That's where the track should have been, by the 2 trash dumps. Natural sound barrier, natural barrier. Instead, short-sighted John Ilario approves this deal and wrecks an entire development that could have ultimately been billions and billions of dollars, literally. The UEP Long Bridge expansion was $1 billion. It frees up all this land that's right next door to Elmwood, literally right next door to Harahan, River Ridge, Jefferson Parish, prime real estate. Nothing's been developed there. Why? Because John Ilario allowed Laney Schwest to build that racetrack there. I don't blame Schwest. Should have just been led by John Ilario, the lifetime hack politician, down the road a little ways. This sports complex, I guess kids playing sports, families going out there, a little noise from the racetrack's not going to stop that. Kids are yelling, parents are clapping and cheering on their kids anyway. You know, outside of like Goodyear or some battery companies, some folks that need to use the track as a test facility for what they do, not a lot can be done over there because of short-sighted John Ilario failing miserably at his job, allowing that racetrack to be built in this Fairfield neighborhood. I mean, just beyond short-sighted, just clueless, no idea, like a child at the controls, a child, like an 8-year-old, making major decisions for us. No, the sports complex might be viable. Here's the problem. You build that one, you build the one at Six Flags. Aren't they sort of cannibalizing each other? Shouldn't New Orleans, the metro area, have one of these types of facilities? I mean, I'm sure some larger metro areas like Houston, Dallas, Atlanta, I mean, in those towns, it's a regular occurrence where someone lives in Laplace and goes and visits their friend for the night who lives in Slidell. You know, like an hour drive back and forth, hour one way, an hour back. Like, that's normal in those big cities. So could those cities support 2 or more of these types of complexes? I'm sure they can. New Orleans doesn't even have a single one. Now you're going to build 2? You know, it's like the levee boards, all these different boards. Katrina comes, supposed to consolidate into one. We get rid of some, but it's still multiple boards. Higher education, multiple boards, 4 of them. Katrina comes, supposed to whittle it down to 1. We get rid of some, but still multiple boards. The port system, from Baton Rouge to the mouth of the river, the Baton Rouge to the Gulf, largest port system in the world. Port of Baton Rouge, Port of South Louisiana, Port of New Orleans, Port of Plaquemine, Port of St. Bernard, competing against each other. Hell, up in New York, New Jersey, 2 different states, the Port of New York, the Port of New Jersey, 2 different states got together and said, we're stronger, working as one, the New York, New Jersey Port Authority. And that's what they did. 2 different states working together as one. We're one state. You got 5 different ports, multiple school boards, multiple levee districts. Instead of building one major sports complex, we're going to build 2 and then compete against each other. Just doesn't make sense. Corey Johnson with you on a Tuesday. Rouse's Markets phone line, 766-9480. 766-9480. 4 major malls in New Orleans Metro. 3 of them in Orleans Parish, 1 outside the parish. 4 major malls have been built and now are gone, essentially. 2 are physically gone. The other 2 are partially demolished and the part they left up being repurposed. We got the plaza in the east. Name one of the other 3. I've got 50 big bucks for you at the Woodhouse. Which state has the most alligators? More alligators or crocodiles in Louisiana? Rouse's Markets phone line, 766-9480. 766-9480. We head to Metairie, a.k.a. New Orleans West, home of traffic, lots and lots of traffic. Cindy joins us.
Hello.
Hola, Cindy.
Hey, good to talk to you. I have the answer about the alligators and the crocodiles.
You do?
Yes, there are more alligators. In fact, I think crocodiles are in Florida. I'm not sure, but unless we have some invaders, I know it's more alligators, put it that way.
So more alligators or crocodiles in Louisiana, you're saying more alligators?
Yes.
And you seem like you're confident, like not even close.
Correct.
Cindy, you are correct.
Yeah, you're right.
Ding, ding, ding. What do we have for her, Johnny?
Yeah.
Yep. There are more there are more alligators in Louisiana than crocodiles. And as a matter of fact, it would have to be like you were alluding, an invader, Cindy. I don't think there's a single crocodile in Louisiana.
Yeah, not unless they snuck in, that we don't know about. Right. They're in Florida. And I didn't even know we had them in the U.S. And then I found out we had them in Florida. So I learned something new a couple of years back.
Yeah, crocodiles are mostly like Caribbean and down in the Everglades in Florida.
Oh, and in Australia by some beaches. How about that?
Yeah, I think that's right. You're right. You're right on the money. Yep.
Scary.
Good stuff, Cindy. Yeah, and really zero crocodiles in Louisiana.
Well, that's my understanding. Yep.
Yep. Excellent work, Cindy. I got 50 big bucks for you at the Woodhouse.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
No, thank you so much for checking out the program and participating. Hold on, Cindy. Jason's going to get some info from you. Yeah, more crocodiles or alligators in Louisiana. Clearly more alligators, like zero crocodiles in Louisiana. Which state has the most alligators? Different question. Which state has the most alligators? Rouse's Markets phone line, 766-9480. 766-9480. Yeah, 4 shopping malls. 3 were in Orleans Parish proper, New Orleans proper. 4 shopping malls. 2 of them don't even exist physically. The other 2 don't exist as shopping malls. About half of their structure still exists, repurposed into something else. Name me any of those shopping malls. One's off the list already. We had an answer for the Plaza in New Orleans East. Of course, that is correct. 2 more malls in New Orleans that don't exist. One in an outlying parish. Give me the answer to that. 50 big bucks at the Woodhouse is yours. Boy, Treme is good. It's not Chinese food. It's Chinese cuisine. Critically acclaimed, nationally recognized, literally, nationwide. Folks know about Treme. No, it's just as good as it gets. The Wong brothers love our local seafood bounty, too. You thinking about some Chinese cuisine tonight for dinner? Make it Treme in Mandeville.
Here at the NOLA Coalition, we love our kids and we love our city. The people of New Orleans are standing together for a better future. By harnessing our collective resources, the NOLA Coalition will create a safer, more prosperous city for all residents. Your support is needed to help reduce violence, invest in our children, and drive generational change. Join now at nolacoalition.info.
Dave Miette Insurance Agency. Auto, home, flood, business. 504-556-0809. Dave Miette, INSagency.com. Dave Miette Insurance Agency. Auto, home, flood, business. 504-556-0809. Dave Miette, INSagency.com.
It's time to relax. The Woodhouse Day Spa, Metro New Orleans' premier day spa experience, now with 5 area locations. For a day of relaxation or maybe just a quick 1-hour getaway, the Metro area's premier day spa experience is at the Woodhouse Day Spa. And now 5 area locations: New Orleans, Metairie, Slidell, Baton Rouge, and our newest location in Mandeville, the Woodhouse Day Spa. WoodhouseSpas.com.
The Port of New Orleans is the gateway to global commerce, the economic engine that moves Louisiana and our country forward. For more than 125 years, Port Nola has continued to deliver the goods we use each and every day by river, rail, and by road. No matter what, it all happens right here, delivering Louisiana's future at the Port of New Orleans, your working river. Learn more about your Port of New Orleans. Visit portnola.com.
Fausto's Italian Bistro on Veterans Boulevard, where the brothers Fausto and Roland are serving some of the city's finest Sicilian and Italian cuisine. From New Orleans' first family of Sicilian and Italian cooking, Fausto's Italian Bistro on Vets.
Being a part of people's lives, from an engagement ring to a wedding band. Before you know it, the wedding day is here and groom and bride are exchanging gifts on that day. And not too long after that, there's baby gifts to have. And I just enjoy being part of other people's family, saying, Mr. Friend did my engagement ring and he did my mom and dad's engagement ring. My name is Ken Friend of Friend & Company Fine Jewelers. You've got a friend in the jewelry business.
Ladies and gentlemen, in this Lamarck Automotive Complex, there's something called Quick Lane. Tires, wheel alignments, struts, servicing your transmission. We're doing all makes and models. It doesn't have to have been purchased from us. It's for you. It handles your lifestyle with your budget in mind. And we want to get you in and out as quick as possible. Quick Lane, you got to come see it. You're going to love the experience right there at Williams Boulevard in Kenner.
Rouse's Market is hiring. With 65 stores, full or part-time employment, and flexible scheduling, Rouse's has a job for you, or maybe even a career. Apply at any Rouse's store or online at rouses.com.
That's what I said. Leidenheimer. That's French for bread. Leidenheimer.
For over 120 years, New Orleans' very own Leidenheimer French bread.
At Helm Paint, we go the extra mile with free delivery anywhere in the metro area. In the middle of a job and short on paint? Call us and we'll come to you.
Short on time? Call in your order and pick it up in the drive-thru at our Earhart Boulevard location.
Helm Paint and Benjamin Moore. Let us steer you in the right direction.
River Cities Total Maintenance keeps you cool, New Orleans. NOLAAC.com is your cool spot.
Our Humane May fundraiser is going on right now. In the month of May, we're trying to raise $10,000 for the Humane Society of Louisiana. Donate right now at humanela.org. Hey, Young's Dry Cleaning's been at it since 1940, before World War II, right here in New Orleans. Fourth generation. Dale, his brother Don, running things at Young's Dry Cleaning, literally a New Orleans institution. Tired of your dry cleaner? Looking to experience the best? Young'sDryCleaning.com. Young'sDryCleaning.com. Humane May fundraiser going on as we speak. HumaneLA.org. Go to the website right now. Let's save some cats and dogs. HumaneLA.org is the website. Right back to the Rouse's Markets phone lines we go. 766-9480. That's how Joey in New Orleans dialed us up. What up, Joey?
Hey, Corey. How's it going, man?
Going well. Yourself?
Doing well.
Has anyone ever teased you when you were a kid and called you a baby kangaroo?
No, not a baby kangaroo.
Isn't a baby kangaroo called a Joey?
I'm not sure, but I think I've heard that.
I think it is.
But I used to be called Joe D a lot.
Joe D?
J-O-D-Y instead of J-O-E-Y. They used to say J-O-D-Y.
Does your last name end in D?
No.
Huh.
My last name, yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
What's happening, Joey?
One of those malls, was it Uptown Square?
Uptown Square? What's that, Broadway at the river? You are correct.
Yeah, you right.
Yeah.
Ding, ding, ding. What do we have for her, Johnny?
I'll tell you what, Joey, I'm not far from there. I'm like, near the Sewage and Water Board, right down River Road, end of Oak Street.
Uh-huh.
And I definitely think that mall suffered a while, like in the 90s, maybe around 2000. But I think if they would have hung on, they would be vibrant as hell right now in that location. But there's just so much money in that area. And I think you got to go a long way to get stuff that could be there. And I think that mall would have had a rebound and doing really well. I think Tulane bought it, and there's a lot of Tulane stuff there. And I think you or I could even go rent office space in that complex if we wanted to. And then half of it was torn down, and it's Lambeth House, the assisted living.
Yeah, right. I've been there. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Good job.
Yep.
Good job, Joey. Uptown Square.
I have another one, but I'll let somebody else get that one.
Yeah, exactly. That's a good call. Hey, can you hang on?
Yes, sir. I sure could.
That's Joey in New Orleans picking up $50 big bucks at the Woodhouse. Major malls, 3 in New Orleans, 1 in Jefferson Parish, that have been built and have closed in the last 50 years. 2 of them don't even exist, demolished, gone. The other 2 are half there. One of the ones half there, Uptown Square. One of the ones totally gone, the Plaza in the East. 2 down, 2 to go. 1 more mall, Orleans Parish. 1 mall, Jefferson Parish. One of them's partially there, partially gone. The other one, like the Plaza, totally cleared, totally demolished, totally razed. Rouse's Market's phone line, 766-9480. 766-9480. Hey, which state has the most alligators? Give me the answer to any of those trivia questions, and I got 50 big bucks for you. Good at one of the 5 area Woodhouse Day Spa locations. Hey, speaking of 5, the 5 o'clock power hour coming your way, just moments away. Boy, a little hot, very, very warm, borderline hot. Still have not hit 90 degrees temperature-wise yet in 2023, but we hit another day, 2 in a row of feels like 90 plus, like right now. Feels like 90 plus with the 86, 87, 88 degrees, coupled with the high humidity. Feels like 90 something. Go outside. It's true. It does feel that way. The mayor often opens her mouth when she shouldn't. Target's coming to the Lowe's in the East. Target hears about it and pulls out. The other day, she said Joe Yeager has a couple of viable offers for the Plaza Tower, and then's like, oops, I should be quiet. 2 girls, both around 20 years old, one a Southern student, one just graduating from Dillard Nursing School. One's a mother, the baby. Gunned down and killed outside of a bar in the 1000 block of Claiborne. The mayor insinuates they were part of a, female drug trade in New Orleans. The quote from the mayor, none of these acts were random. We have to understand that women play a role in violent crime activity in our city, insinuating these 2 were criminals and part of the drug trade, which apparently they're not, and their families ticked off at the mayor for insinuating as much. Ready, fire, aim. The mayor's like Mike Ditka, the old Saints coach. Let's head back to the phone lines. Rouse's Markets phone line, 766-9480. Alan joins us on the West Bank. What up, Alan?
What you say?
What you say, bro?
All right.
What's on your mind, Alan?
Is it Bell Promenade Mall?
Bell Promenade Mall? What about Bell Promenade Mall?
Closed down, shut down, ain't there no more.
Ain't there no more. Raised, cleared, totally gone. You are correct, Alan.
You're right.
Ding, ding, ding. What do we have for
That's
Johnny?
the Jefferson Parish one. Yeah, I got 50 big bucks for you, Alan, at the Woodhouse Day Spa. Don't move, Alan. Excellent work on the West Bank. Bell Promenade Mall, as he said, ain't there no more. Corey Johnson with you. Good job, Alan. No, man, the West Bank, just explosive growth. Oakwood, Bell Promenade Mall, huge population. The 70s were booming. Into the 80s, the oil and gas industry. The West Bank had explosive growth. What's that, Blue Boy? and then the bottom fell out around 40 years ago, 82, 83, 84. You're right. And it's been a struggle for 40 straight years. Stagnant at best. Blue Boy, you're right on the money. Stick around, New Orleans. The 5 o'clock power hour is next.
You're on the neutral ground with Corey Johnson on TV on Cox Channel 4 and Spectrum Channel 333. Also on YouTube, on radio at NOLA Talk 93.9 FM, WSLA New Orleans.
Hi, it's Ken Friend from Friend and Company Fine Jewelers. You've got a friend in the jewelry business. Come see us over on Maple Street in Uptown.
Friend and Company Fine Jewelers, Breitling time, 5 p.m.
For game-changing innovation, look to the Treme family of companies located in Harahan. Intralocks, a Treme company, changed the game when they invented modular plastic conveyor belts over 40 years ago. These belts and innovative Intralocks technology are transforming movement in manufacturing facilities around the world. Intralocks is a dynamic global company now hiring in production, warehousing, shipping, and more. If you want to be part of our successful team, visit Laitram.com. That's LAITRAM.com.
Ooh, Leidenheimer, that's what I said. Ooh, Leidenheimer, that's French for bread. Leidenheimer.
The French bread of the city of New Orleans. Good to the last crumb. Leidenheimer French bread.
The Lamarck Automotive Collision Center, it's open now. We fix cars and trucks. We do all makes and models. And it doesn't have to be a Ford or a Lincoln. It could be whatever you're driving. 32,000 square feet under roof. Now open at 3101 Williams Boulevard. It's all about you, the customer, getting the most for your dollar. I would say the most perfect collision center anywhere. The Lamarck Automotive Collision Center, 3101 Williams Boulevard. Go check it out.
Rouse's, New Orleans grocery store. Rouse's has the only full-service grocery stores both in the French Quarter on Royal Street and in the CBD on Baronne in the old Sewell Cadillac building. The Rouse's on the river, Tchoupitoulas at Napoleon, is in a century-old warehouse. And uptown on Ferret at the corner of Valence is Rouse's all-new boutique store. With 7 locations in Orleans Parish, Rouse's is New Orleans grocery store. Rouse's Markets. Taste like home.
Hi, this is Joey Helm. My dad, Bunky Helm, had a vision of a locally family-owned store serving the residential and commercial paint needs of New Orleans. I think Dad would be proud of today's Helm Paint and Decorating, and here's why. We have the best technical staff in the business, providing the best color matching service in Southeast Louisiana. Perfect matching for any color and any brand. And we'll save your colors so you don't have to save those old cans. Helm Paint offers free 2-hour delivery. Our in-store decorators will assist you on deciding what color and type of paint to best showcase your home. But most importantly, as your local independent Benjamin Moore dealer, our products provide the greatest value in the paint industry. Superior coverage, and Benjamin Moore paint simply covers better and lasts longer. New Orleans is a city of vibrant color, and no one else provides the paints of New Orleans like Helm Paint and Decorating. Visit any of our 6 locations or online at helmpaint.com.
Helm Paint, let us steer you right. Helm Paint and Supply.
You're on the neutral ground with Corey Johnson.
Did you have any problem with Angel Reese? There was a photo of her coming off the bus, holding the phone with the...
And that was a bunch of bull. That was Photoshop, that young lady. That's social media for you. How dare somebody do that?
No, I was wondering if it was Photoshopped or if it was real.
You just got the real answer from somebody who was there.
It's Corey Johnson on the neutral ground, where New Orleans is heard.
Being a part of people's lives, from an engagement ring to a wedding band. Before you know it, the wedding day is here and groom and bride are exchanging gifts on that day. And not too long after that, there's baby gifts to have. And I just enjoy being part of other people's family, saying, Mr. Friend did my engagement ring and he did my mom and dad's engagement ring. My name is Ken Friend of Friend and Company Fine Jewelers. You've got a friend in the jewelry business.
Here at the NOLA Coalition, we love our kids and we love our city. The people of New Orleans are standing together for a better future. By harnessing our collective resources, the NOLA Coalition will create a safer, more prosperous city for all residents. Your support is needed to help reduce violence, invest in our children, and drive generational change. Join now at nolacoalition.info.
Young's Dry Cleaning, with 2 walk-up locations with personal service. Young's on Claiborne and Young's on Harrison Avenue in Lakeview. Young's Dry Cleaning. Call 288-8381 or online at youngsdrycleaning.com.
From the owners of Katie's in Mid-City and Bienvenue in Harahan, an old school deli with over a dozen specialty sandwiches. Francesca Deli and Pizzeria on Harrison Avenue in Lakeview between Canal Boulevard and West End. Francesca Deli and Pizzeria.
River City's total maintenance keeps you cool. River City's total maintenance keeps you cool. River City's total maintenance keeps you cool. NolaAC.com, your cool spot. River City's total maintenance keeps you cool. NolaAC.com, your cool spot.
It's time now for Night Court. The Neutral Ground with Corey Johnson has been canceled. Corey Johnson has been canceled. It's 2023. Cancel culture has finally gotten the best of Corey Johnson. His show has been canceled on the fly, like in the last 5 minutes. Stick around for Night Court. Here's number 9, Drew Brees. It is indeed New Orleans, Louisiana. No Night Court. The Neutral Ground with Corey Johnson. 5 o'clock power hour coming your way. Yeah, you right. Step up, New Orleans. Let's save some cats and dogs, some kittens and puppies. Our Humane May fundraiser is going on right now. We're halfway through the month, and we're nowhere near reaching our goal of $10,000. We're halfway through the month, and we're nowhere near half of our goal of $10,000 right now. We are way behind pacing. We really need your help. Please step up and donate this year for a change. $10, $20, $50. HumaneLA.org. Let's save some cats and dogs, some kittens and puppies from suffering, from being treated inhumanely. HumaneLA.org to donate. Go to the website right now, HumaneLA.org to donate. I'm going to reset the menu and tell you what's going on for the 5 o'clock powwow in a second. But first, we're going to head back to the phone lines, the Rouse's Markets phone lines. 766-9480 is how you dial us up. 766-9480. We head to the North Shore, Slidell. Jessica joins us. What up, Jessica?
Hey, it's actually Jessica and Jace. My son, he's the one with the answer.
Nice. How old are you, Jace?
9.
You have the answer to the trivia question at 9 years old?
Yes.
Wow. What question, Chase? Jace, I'm sorry.
Wait, it's okay, say it.
Which state has the most alligators?
Has the most alligators.
Which state do you think has the most alligators?
Louisiana.
You think more than Texas or Florida?
Yes.
You think more than Georgia or South Carolina?
Yes.
You are correct.
Yeah, you right.
Ding, ding, ding. What do we have for her, Johnny?
Louisiana's got the most alligators, about 2 million. Florida's next with about 1.3 million. Texas has 500,000. Georgia's got about 350,000. South Carolina, maybe 100,000. You are correct. Good job.
Oh, buddy. He just went on a field trip on Cajun Encounters last week, so we got lucky.
Nice. That's perfect. And you got Mom a $50 Woodhouse Day Spa gift certificate. I think you need to trade that for some ice cream.
Or snowballs.
Yeah, or snowballs. That'd be a good trade. Mom gets a pedicure or manicure or nails done, and you get a snowball. How's that sound?
Good.
Yeah, it's a good trade. Excellent work. Good job, you guys.
Thank you.
Hang on, J and J, all right? That's J&J in Slidell, picking up 50 big bucks at the Woodhouse Day Spa from 8 years old to 80. Everyone's welcome on the neutral ground. Good job, J&J. Jessica is going to the Woodhouse Day Spa. Yep. Louisiana, most alligators of any state. Corey Johnson with you. Yeah, you right. 5 o'clock power hour on a Tuesday. A little hot to very warm. I mean, very warm to hot. 88 right now. Feels like 90-something with the humidity. We have still not hit 90 on the thermostat, but it's coming. The thermometer, I should say. The next week to 10 days, lots of 70s and 80s. I don't see 90s on the forecast. Stay away, 90s, because we know it's coming. Boy, the mayor, like former Saints head coach Mike Ditka, ready, fire, aim. Ready, fire, aim. Kind of mouths off when she shouldn't. Hey, Target's coming to the Lowe's in the East. Target finds out, and that deal worth millions of dollars, jobs, convenience for the East, viability, snowballing into other businesses opening around it. Not happening now because the mayor opened her mouth. Just last week, Joe Yeager has a couple of viable offers for his building. Wait, I better be quiet. Yes, you better be quiet, Mayor. You've opened your mouth prematurely before, and it's cost the city. 2 girls, 2 students, one a recent Delgado nursing student, the other a Southern student. One of them, a mother, gunned down, killed outside of a bar, a club in the 1000 block of Claiborne. The mayor, after that, the very next day, none of these acts were random. We have to understand that women play a role in violent crime activity in our city. The mayor insinuating that these 2 20-year-olds, one who just graduated from Delgado Nursing School, one a student at Southern, were dealing drugs. And apparently the families are ticked off at the mayor's insinuation. None of these acts were random. We have to understand that women play a role in violent crime activity in our city. And the family of these 2 20-year-old students are like, they weren't dealing drugs. They weren't part of the drug trade. They're at a club at 1:30 in the morning when clubs can still be open in New Orleans on Claiborne Avenue. And they both get shot and killed. No, the mayor, ready, fire, aim. The family of the 2 slain girls are ticked off, to say the least, that the mayor would insinuate with no proof, with no information, that these girls are dealing drugs, not just out having a good time in New Orleans at 1:30 in the morning. Unbelievable. Speaking of unbelievable, what will a lack of leadership bring you? Problems. The state invests over $1 billion with a B in that UEP Long Bridge expansion, renaming Bridge City Fairfield. The TPC golf course going to bring in businesses and neighborhoods. Just explosive growth, this last tract of land in Jefferson Parish, right across the river. Easy access via this newly expanded UEP Long Bridge right from Elmwood. Laney Schwess wants to build a $50+ million race car track. John Lario should have welcomed it and said, Laney, let's go about 15 minutes down the road by Fred Hebe and Butch Ward, the politically connected hacks. The Jefferson Parish dump. Let's build it right behind the dump. The dump will be a natural buffer for the sound. You're just 15 minutes down the road. It's going to be fantastic. Can't let you build a race car track at this Fairfield development because the noise from the track. No one's going to want to build a business or live in a neighborhood where all that noise is right there. Short-sighted, not that intelligent. He's not dumb. He's just not smart, just painfully average. No leadership skills, lack of wherewithal, understanding. No, John Alario, his mentor is Edwin Edwards. That means I set up my friends and family. He allows this track and wrecks what could be billions of dollars, what would have been billions of dollars in potential development. One thing they could probably build there, this sports complex for AAU teams and the like. But New Orleans just announced at the Six Flags site, they're going to build that. Troy Henry's project. Can New Orleans have two of these? I don't think this market can support two. And it's not the market, it's drawing from the region. But why would you have, hey, what sports complex do we go to? We've narrowed it down to, New Orleans. Do we go to the one in the east or do we go to the one on the West Bank? We're not Houston, Atlanta, Dallas, where, multiple AAU type sports complexes could work. We're New Orleans where we have zero right now. And instead of building one high quality one, now we're going to compete against ourselves? Doesn't make any sense. Hey, the 5 o'clock powwow this afternoon brought to you by Helm Paint and Decorating. When you got to paint in Metro New Orleans, it's simple. For over half a century, they've been taking care of you. You go to Helm. Do it once. Do it right. They will steer you in the right direction. 7 locations in the Metro New Orleans area. East Bank, West Bank, North Shore. Free 2-hour delivery in the Metro New Orleans area. Pick your Benjamin Moore colors online. Call up one of the 7 Helm Paint locations. Get all your supplies delivered to the job site. When you got to paint in Metro New Orleans, Helm Paint and Decorating.
Our Humane May fundraiser is going on right now. In the month of May, we're trying to raise $10,000 for the Humane Society of Louisiana. Donate right now at humanela.org.
The Woodhouse Day Spa, with 5 area locations, New Orleans, Metairie, Slidell, Baton Rouge, and now Mandeville. A day of relaxation is just moments away at the Woodhouse Day Spa, woodhousespas.com.
For over 20 years, serving healthy, fresh, authentic Middle Eastern cuisine, Lebanon's Cafe. In the Carrollton section of Uptown on the streetcar line, Wednesday through Monday, 11 a.m. to 9:30. Lebanon's Cafe.
River City's total maintenance keeps you cool. River City's total maintenance keeps you cool. River City's total maintenance keeps you cool. NolaAC.com, your cool spot. River City's total maintenance keeps you cool. NolaAC.com, your cool spot.
The Port of New Orleans is the gateway to global commerce, the economic engine that moves Louisiana and our country forward. For more than 125 years, Port Nola has continued to deliver the goods we use each and every day, by river, rail, and by road. No matter what, it all happens right here, delivering Louisiana's future at the Port of New Orleans, your working river. Learn more about your Port of New Orleans. Visit portnola.com.
When USA Today ranked the 10 best must-visit New Orleans restaurants for travelers, Mid-City's own Katie's made the list. USA Today says Scott Craig is chef-owner at Katie's, a much-loved Creole Italian eatery that draws armies of regulars for lunch, brunch, and dinner. A neighborhood spot where locals congregate and New Orleans-style hospitality rules. Indeed it does. Katie's in Mid-City.
For us, it's really relationships. And if you care about the relationship, you're going to do the right thing for the customer all the time. When we're in design process of a custom-made piece, I have a test that says, if I wouldn't give this to my wife, I think we should pass and start over. If it's not perfect, it's going back to the shop. We're going to start all the way over. My name is Ken Friend of Friend & Company Fine Jewelers. You've got a friend in the jewelry business.
Rouse's Market is hiring. With 65 stores, full or part-time employment, and flexible scheduling, Rouse's has a job for you, or maybe even a career. Apply at any Rouse's store or online at rouses.com.
1970 was an exciting time in New Orleans. The first Jazz Fest was held, the city hosted its first Super Bowl, and the first Helm Paint location opened on Earhart Boulevard. While the floppy disks, mood rings, and pet rocks may have come and gone since the 70s, Helm Paint has grown to become your premier source for quality Benjamin Moore products, competitive pricing, and personal service. Please visit one of our locations today and we'll meet our competitors' prices on any identical product. Helm Paint and Benjamin Moore, let us steer you in the right direction.
Helm Paint and Supply. Ooh, Leidenheimer, that's what I said. Ooh, Leidenheimer, that's French for bread. Leidenheimer.
Since 1896, a true taste of New Orleans. Leidenheimer French bread. Young's Dry Cleaning, with 2 walk-up locations with personal service. Young's on Claiborne and Young's on Harrison Avenue in Lakeview. Young's Dry Cleaning. Call 288-8381 or online at youngsdrycleaning.com.
Fausto's Italian Bistro on Vets has daily lunch specials Monday through Friday, and their entire lunch menu is available too. Open 11 a.m. through 2:30 p.m. For the finest in Sicilian and Italian cuisine, Fausto's Italian Bistro on Vets.
Yeah, you right, Crescent City and beyond. Corey Johnson back at you. I mentioned this story last week. Fox 8 has picked up on it. The Six Flags site in New Orleans East, part of the deal with the city was the city's going to give $1 million in taxpayer money for remediation, cleanup of the site. That's part of the deal. Oliver Thomas has requested between 10 and 15 million more in city taxpayer money for more cleanup of the site, mitigation, that type of stuff. I was mentioning that Oliver Thomas works for Troy Henry, the developer, at WBOK Radio and does a morning drive talk show on the Black AM radio station, and that it is clearly a conflict of interest, that Oliver Thomas, as a city councilman, should not be trying to pull more money out of the city, out of taxpayer money, to give to his boss for his boss's development in the East. Now, Oliver Thomas tries to justify it. The money is for the site, mitigation for the site, not for the developer. It's the same thing. Troy Henry is the developer, so the money's going to the developer. It's 10 to 15 million that the developer saves, 10 to 15 million that the developer doesn't have to spend, 10 to 15 million in real money coming from the city to the developer when the city and the developer already have a deal. The city is obligated to not come up with 1 penny more. So the 10 or 15 million more is a big question mark. Oliver Thomas requesting it for his boss at the radio station is an obvious conflict. And from what I understand, Troy Henry and Oliver Thomas are cousins. So Oliver Thomas should not be doing anything as a city councilman, if it's his district or not. Have some at-large members step up for Troy Henry and Bayou Phoenix. But Oliver Thomas, it is clearly a conflict. And Fox 8 has picked up on that. New Orleans City Councilman Oliver Thomas sent a letter to Mayor Cantrell requesting 10 to 15 million in funding for what he calls one of the most important projects in our region, the Bayou Phoenix project. And then Dillard University public policy professor Robert Collins said, nobody knows what this money is going to be used for. The letter doesn't say what the money is going to be used. So what is it going to be used for? You know, that's a problem. Then Collins goes on to say, he's basically asking for a political favor for his part-time employer. Says the situation gives the appearance of a conflict of interest. In the minds of the average voter, they're going to look at that and say, wait a minute, there's something suspicious going on. It creates an appearance of impropriety. It creates the appearance of a conflict of interest, whether there is one in the technical legal sense or not. No, Collins is right. And Oliver Thomas should not be trying to solicit this money. Now, if it's a good idea for the city to give Bayou Phoenix another 10 or 15 million, that's something that the council needs to look into, that the mayor needs to look into. But Oliver Thomas can't be anywhere near that. And for him to not see that is a little troubling. I'm going to have to get Oliver on the program and discuss this with him, but this is an obvious conflict of interest. I remember, who was it? He was a House rep. He's now one of the clerk of courts, Austin Badon. He was a House rep. He was trying to get revenue for SUNO, Southern University of New Orleans, where he was a professor making like 65, 70 grand a year. And I remember calling him going, Austin, it's a conflict of interest. You work at SUNO, dude. Let someone else pick that up. And he's like, just because I work there, I don't see how it's a conflict of interest. You know, it's like Oliver Thomas. His quote is, this has nothing to do with the money for the developer. It has to do with the site. That's just silly. The developer is the site. The developer is Bayou Phoenix. The developer is Troy Henry, not only Oliver Thomas's cousin, but his boss at WBOK. Troy Henry pays Oliver Thomas a salary. Oliver Thomas can't be going to bat for his boss for $10 to $15 million. It is an overt, obvious textbook conflict of interest. No, and Oliver Thomas needs to back down. Troy Henry should have known better. Get someone else to do this, one of the at-large members. Oliver Thomas needs to stay away from Bayou Phoenix, Troy Henry, and anything to do with that. It's his cousin and his boss. I mean, what more do you need for it to be a conflict of interest? Hey, every day this program on radio, on television, live streaming, KareTalks.com, our website, live streaming at YouTube, the Neutral Ground, Corey Johnson on YouTube. It's always brought to you by the Lamarck Automotive Complex on the car corner, Williams Boulevard and I-10 in Kennebraw, right on the corner, right on the price. Inventory, price, service. That's what sets the Lamarck Automotive Complex apart. The big store, Lamarck Ford, for nearly 50 years. Number one, Lamarck Lincoln, number one Lincoln dealership in the state of Louisiana. The Lamarck Automotive Complex in Kenner by the lake. And now, across the parish by the river, the legendary Ford truck and SUV dealership under the Lamarck umbrella. Lamarck Crescent City Ford in Elmwood, in Harahan on Jefferson Highway. Every day, this program brought to you by the Lamarck Automotive Complex in Kenner. And now, Lamarck Crescent City Ford in Elmwood, Harahan, Jefferson Highway. Your Ford truck and SUV specialist for generations. Every day, Ronnie Lamarck making it happen. Corey Johnson with you on a Tuesday. Our Humane May fundraiser going on as we speak. Please donate, humanela.org. That's our website, or I should say their website, the Humane Society of Louisiana's website. 100% of the proceeds go to the cats and dogs. humanela.org. Help make a difference. We're terrible with animals in Louisiana, how we treat cats and dogs, kittens and puppies, horses, goats. The Humane Society of Louisiana, Jeff Dorson, trying to pick up the slack. Every May, we try to raise $10,000 for the Humane Society of Louisiana. You do it. The listening and viewing audience donates. Please go to the website right now and donate $5, $10, $20, $50, $100, whatever you can afford. humanela.org. Do it right now. What are you waiting for? The animals need your help. humanela.org. A little hot, pretty warm out there. We still have not hit 90 on the thermostat, on the thermometer, I should say, but we've got 2 days in a row of feels like 90 plus, like right now feels like 90 plus. One good thing, though, I guess, we're not in full-blown summer. We've yet to hit 90 yet. I'm telling you, when the sun starts going down like 7:15, 7:20, 7:30, get a little breeze going, and it's not hot air blowing by you. I'm not going to sit here and tell you it's air conditioning, but it's coolish. It's not hot. It's not humid. No, it feels pretty nice walking the dogs. I mean, last few days, like 7:30, I'm kind of like, oh, man, it's a nice day out here, man. It's nice to be out here. Nice to be alive. Nice breeze. Feels good. So we're still not in that heat of summer yet where in a month at 7:30, it's going to be 90 degrees and there ain't going to be a coolish breeze and it's not going to feel nice. The only relief we get over the next 5 months is when you get that threat of rain and the wind's blowing, the clouds are rolling in, the temperature and humidity kind of drop. You get that threat of rain. The humidity may actually go up, but it's kind of a coolish humidity. And it's like 75 degrees, threatening to rain, but doesn't rain. That's the only break we're going to get till October. Yeah, we're right on the cusp of the summer heat and humidity in New Orleans. Boy, the mayor, ready, fire, aim, opens her mouth again. Those 2 girls shot and killed in the 1000 block of Claiborne last week. The mayor insinuates they're part of the drug trade. Her family, or the 2 girls' families, say not part of the drug trade and very upset with the mayor insinuating as much. One girl just recently graduated from Xavier Nursing School, and the other is a Southern student. One is a mother. None of these acts were random. We have to understand that women play a role in violent crime activity in our city, implying that these 2 girls were, part of the drug trade. The family's ticked off at the mayor, who once again shooting from the hip, ready, fire, aim. Yikes. Essence Festival, single night tickets starting at $80. That's a pretty damn good deal. Think about Jazz Fest, $85, $95. A lot of folks complaining. I'm not saying it's cheap, but I'm saying for what you get, it's a bargain. In San Francisco, a Jazz Fest ticket would be like $200. Tonight, the Lakers are at Denver. Game 1, Western Conference Finals. Miami and Boston go at it tomorrow night. NBA playoffs, they've been at it a month, about a month left. Conference finals and then the finals. It's down to the Final 4. Lakers at Denver, Heat at Boston tomorrow night. Lakers at Denver tonight. 7:30. Let's see. This game, I think, is what? ESPN tonight. Miami at Boston's on TNT tomorrow night. Boy, it is absolutely fantastic. Fausto's Italian Bistro on Vet. I might roll in there tonight. I might get a little pesce limone or the veal piccata. Something good from Fausto's, that panade chicken breast with the Italian seasoning and breadcrumbs. Some of the city's best Sicilian and Italian. Fausto's Italian Bistro on Vets. You folks that have been to Fausto's know exactly what I'm talking about. You folks that have never been, they've been at it for over 30 years. You drive by there all the time. You know where it is. What are you waiting for? Dinner tonight. They're open till 9. Fausto's Italian Bistro on Vets. Once the sun goes down, outdoor dining, white tablecloth, indoor dining in the air conditioning, sit at the bar, watch the NBA playoffs. Fausto's Italian Bistro on Vets. John Alario, obviously, he's like LaToya Cantrell. And people are like, oh, LaToya's stupid. No, she's not at all. She's got a Xavier degree. She's not dumb. She's just painfully average. She's not smart or special. John Alario, the exact same way. Just an average dude. But something inspired him. Edwin Edwards, whatever, runs for political office, had about a 50-year career with a blank resume as far as Avondale, West Wego, the areas he represents having, positive forward growth. Think about the last 40 plus years, total stagnation. But John Ilario's kids are doing pretty well. John Ilario's doing pretty well. No, a major blunder when you elect someone like John Ilario, someone that doesn't have the foresight, the wherewithal, average intelligence, doesn't have leadership skills. You're going to get that with your politicians. And we build $1 billion with a B, UEP Long Bridge expansion. We rename Bridge City Fairfield. It's this huge area, thousands of acres, right across the river from Elmwood. Vast amount of land in Metro New Orleans outside of the East. $1 billion bridge expansion, just unprecedented growth expected. But then John Ilario gets involved. TPC Golf Course, perfect. The dead opposite, Laney Schwest's racetrack. I don't blame Laney Schwest. He's got 50 plus million, wants to build a racetrack, car enthusiast, fantastic. But a real politician, a real leader, someone civic-minded with wherewithal, slight special skills, slight intelligence, would have been like, Laney, let's go 15 minutes down the road. Right past the Jefferson Parish dump, the Fred Hebe, Butch Ward, those guys that grease the political skids for themselves, those hacks, right by their dump. The dumps will work as a nice buffer zone for the track, nice buffer zone from the noise the track will make. We don't want to put it in Fairfield because a noisy racetrack in a brand new development where we're trying to lure in neighborhoods and businesses, office parks. Who would want to invest in a new house next to a loud, noisy racetrack? Who would want to invest in their new business next to a loud, noisy racetrack? It is over with, folks. The $1 billion UEP Long Bridge expansion, renaming Bridge City Fairfield, the growth, it's never coming. No one wants to build next to a noisy racetrack. No one. It's embarrassing. Just the blatant lack of leadership and wrecking the party. I mean, talk about cat poop in the punch bowl. Just wrecking the party. No one is going to invest in a neighborhood or a business next to a loud, noisy car, automotive racetrack. Nobody. So that whole would have been billions of dollars in investments, never going to happen now. John Ilario now hooking his wagon to a sports complex that has his name on it. The John Ilario Jr. Sports Complex. 20 plus million allocated to building sports fields for AAU type teams and the like families from the region coming in. Here's the second problem. Do New Orleans and Jefferson ever communicate? What is Troy Henry and Bayou Phoenix trying to do at the Six Flags site? Oh, yeah, AAU fields and sports complex for families to come in from the region. And now we're going to compete against ourselves? Sad lack of leadership, especially with John Ilario. He's sort of the poster boy on this program for that. I mean, Edwin Edwards is his mentor. Need I say anything else? Seriously. He's marrying Edwin Edwards' ex-wife. It's incestuous. It's demented. Corey Johnson with you on a Tuesday. Yeah, you right. Friend and Company Fine Jewelers is with you. Friend and Company Fine Jewelers. Ken Friend says it best. You have a friend in the jewelry business. For 50 years on Maple Street, in between Broadway and Carrollton. Real natural diamonds, tennis bracelets, diamond stud earrings, diamond necklaces. Guys, take care of her. And don't get fooled with these man-made, 3-week-old, lab-created diamonds. They depreciate in value. Unlimited supply. China's flooding our market with this junk. Don't get fooled into spending your hard-earned money on that. You're getting real diamonds, natural diamonds, at Friend and Company Fine Jewelers on Maple Street in between Broadway and Carrollton.
Our Humane May fundraiser is going on right now. In the month of May, we're trying to raise $10,000 for the Humane Society of Louisiana. Donate right now at humanela.org.
Why wear the same old glasses that everyone else is wearing? Stand out from the crowd. Come to Art and Eyes. Art and Eyes is not your typical eyeglasses store. It's one of the finest eyewear shops in the country, right here in New Orleans, with precision-engineered prescription lenses and gorgeous high-quality frames from the heart of Europe, Japan, and the United States. Our products are thoughtfully curated, and our staff are here to help you find exactly the right frames. Art and Eyes, a magazine as unique as you.
When a young man comes in and they walk into our store and you can see they're a little intimidated. Last week, I saw the young man. I said, "Hey, what can I do to give you a hand?" And he said, "Well, I'm here for an engagement ring, but I don't think I'm in the right place." So I got him to my desk, and within an hour, he had purchased an engagement ring, had spent $1,000, and he was treated like he spent a lot more, and I'm sure we have a customer for life. My name is Ken Friend of Friend and Company Fine Jewelers. You've got a friend in the jewelry business.
Which Metro New Orleans area restaurant made CNN's top 50 in America and ThrillList.com's top 25 and has served presidents at the White House for over 40 years? Treme in Mandeville.
River City's total maintenance keeps you cool. River City's total maintenance keeps you cool. River City's total maintenance keeps you cool. NolaAC.com, your cool spot. River City's total maintenance keeps you cool. NolaAC.com, your cool spot.
For Leidenheimer Baking Company, producing the perfect French bread is more than a vocation. It's a sacred mission. And for 5 generations, they've used the same time-honored process, baking their signature loaf with its crisp crust and delicate center, unique and still good to the last crumb. From the finest French Quarter restaurants to your local po' boy shop, for over 125 years, New Orleans' own Leidenheimer.
Producing tomorrow's talk radio today, Corey Johnson.
Ray, this is tomorrow's newspaper. Precisely. I already went further ahead into time to see what else happens.
Your View, Louisiana. That's Cox Channel 4 in New Orleans, Baton Rouge, and Lafayette. And live streaming at CoreyTalks.com.
Future. Unbelievable.
Hey y'all, it's Junket Cantrell, Mayor, City of New Orleans. We've decided to hold a contest where you can decide where I go next on my taxpayer finance vacation. I was thinking about Acapulco, but that's in the Western Hemisphere, and we can do a lot better than that. Think Europe, Asia, maybe even the Middle East. You know, if it's safe. You don't want old Junket Cantrell getting hurt. It's all about my vacation, having fun and spending the city's money on my entertainment. I'll be flying first class, of course, and I'll be bringing some administrative flunkies with me. It should only cost the city around $30,000, maybe $40,000. Help me pick my next city finance vacation. Go online, Cantrell Junket at cityofno.gov. and have a feast day.
Fausto's Italian Bistro on Veterans Boulevard, where the brothers Fausto and Roland are serving some of the city's finest Sicilian and Italian cuisine. From New Orleans' first family of Sicilian and Italian cooking, Fausto's Italian Bistro on Vets.
For game-changing innovation, look to the Treme family of companies located in Harahan. Intralocks, a Treme company, changed the game when they invented modular plastic conveyor belts over 40 years ago. These belts and innovative Intralocks technology are transforming movement in manufacturing facilities around the world. Intralocks is a dynamic global company now hiring in production, warehousing, shipping, and more. If you want to be part of our successful team, visit Laitram.com. That's LAITRAM.com.
Here at the NOLA Coalition, we love our kids and we love our city. The people of New Orleans are standing together for a better future. By harnessing our collective resources, the NOLA Coalition will create a safer, more prosperous city for all residents. Your support is needed to help reduce violence, invest in our children, and drive generational change. Join now at nolacoalition.info.
Rouse's, New Orleans grocery store. Rouse's has the only full-service grocery stores both in the French Quarter on Royal Street and in the CBD on Baronne in the old Sewell Cadillac building. The Rouse's on the river, Tchoupitoulas at Napoleon, is in a century-old warehouse. And uptown on Ferret at the corner of Valence is Rouse's all-new boutique store. With 7 locations in Orleans Parish, Rouse's is New Orleans grocery store. Rouse's Markets. Taste like home.
It's time to relax. The Woodhouse Day Spa, Metro New Orleans' premier day spa experience, now with 5 area locations. For a day of relaxation or maybe just a quick 1-hour getaway, the Metro area's premier day spa experience is at the Woodhouse Day Spa. And now 5 area locations: New Orleans, Metairie, Slidell, Baton Rouge, and our newest location in Mandeville. The Woodhouse Day Spa, woodhousespas.com.
For over 125 years, 5 generations family-owned and operated, and still baking that Leidenheimer French bread right here in the city. Leidenheimer Baking Company since 1896. The French bread that's being served in the city's finest restaurants. That po' boy that you're enjoying, most likely served on Leidenheimer French bread. Truly good to the last crumb. Leidenheimer French bread. Corey Johnson with you on a Tuesday afternoon. That's as New Orleans as it gets, huh, Leidenheimer? Our Humane May fundraiser continues. We're trying to raise $10,000 in the month of May for cats and dogs, kittens and puppies for the Humane Society of Louisiana. Help us reach that goal. We're more than 50% through the month of May. And we're about 18% of where we need to be as far as raising money. We've raised about 18% of the $10,000. We should be at about 55%. So we're way behind pacing. We really need you to step up, or there's no way we're going to hit the goal. And that means animals will continue to suffer. Let's save some cats and dogs, some kittens and puppies. Please go to the website, humanela.org. That's the website of the Humane Society of Louisiana. 100% of the proceeds go to them. humanela.org. Go to the website right now and donate. humanela.org. 87 degrees. Feels like 90-something. Second straight day of feels like 90-something. Yeah, summer. We're on the brink of it. We're not there yet, but we're right on the brink of it. The mayor opening her mouth again when she shouldn't. Quote, none of these acts were random. We have to understand that women play a role in violent crime activity in our city. Talking about the 2 women, 20 years old, young girls really, shot and killed last week in the 1000 block of Claiborne Avenue outside of a club. The 2 girls, one a recent graduate of Delgado's School of Nursing, the other a Southern student and a mother. Mayor Cantrell insinuated that they're both part of the female drug trade in New Orleans without knowing any facts or information. Needless to say, the families of the 2 murdered girls are pissed off at the mayor. Totally upset at the mayor for not looking at facts or information, but making a huge assumption. None of these acts were random. We have to understand that that women play a role in violent crime activity in our city. Now she's doubling down in the opposite way, trying to dig herself out of it. We really need to protect women from violent crime in our city. That's what the mayor's saying today. Not I apologize, not I was wrong, not I wasn't trying to insinuate that those 2 girls were part of the drug trade, whatever. Anyway, ready, fire, aim. very Mike Ditka-esque from LaToya the Destroyer Cantrell. Tonight, Game 1, Western Conference Finals. The Lakers are at Denver. Tomorrow night, Miami at Boston, Eastern Conference Finals, Game 1. Yeah, it's the Final Four in the NBA. Hey, Latrim, the global manufacturing giant, is hiring. Back in the late 40s, J.M. LaPere invents the shrimp peeling machine. That led to an even bigger invention, the all-plastic modular conveyor belt. New Orleans born, bred, based Latrim. That shrimp peeling machine, that all-plastic modular conveyor belt, the industry standard around the world. A culture of innovation at Latrim. And because this company just continues to grow, that means they continue to hire people. For a full listing of positions available, go to latrim.com. And it's not 2 or 3 job openings. It's dozens and dozens and dozens and dozens of job openings. A job for you. Latrim.com. Latrim spelled L-A-I-T-R-A-M. For a full listing of positions available, go to latrim.com. Corey Johnson with you on a Tuesday afternoon. Our Humane May fundraiser. We need your help. Go to the website right now, humanela.org, and donate. $5, $10, $20, whatever you can donate. Let's save some animals. humanela.org.
That's what I said. Leidenheimer, that's French for bread. Leidenheimer.
Served in New Orleans' finest restaurants, Leidenheimer French bread.
Francesca Deli and Pizzeria has over 15 specialty sandwiches, a big 10-ounce burger, and some of the best pizza in New Orleans. Francesca Deli and Pizzeria on Harrison Avenue in Lakeview between Canal Boulevard and West End.
Ford F-150, #1 seller in America. What about in the USA? Let's see, what about in the world? Who sells more trucks than Ford? Nobody. It's because the Lamarck team is the real team. All that makes it happen is one goal. Everybody having a great experience at Lamarck Ford. We became #1 for a reason, because we're good. And we need to prove it every day, every deal, all of the time.
Here's New Orleans native son, Corey Johnson.
New Orleans City Councilman Freddie King joins us.
So I want to first say thanks for having me. And believe it or not, man, I used to listen to your show all the time driving home. So it's an honor to be on.
Freddie, I really appreciate that. Thank you so much. It's an honor to have you on the program. Thanks.
The official afternoon talk show of the city of New Orleans. It's Corey Johnson on the neutral ground, where New Orleans is heard.
Hi, this is Joey Helm. My dad, Bunky Helm, had a vision of a locally family-owned store serving the residential and commercial paint needs of New Orleans. I think Dad would be proud of today's Helm Paint and Decorating, and here's why. We have the best technical staff in the business, providing the best color matching service in Southeast Louisiana. Perfect matching for any color and any brand. And we'll save your colors so you don't have to save those old cans. Helm Paint offers free 2-hour delivery. Our in-store decorators will assist you on deciding what color and type of paint to best showcase your home. But most importantly, as your local independent Benjamin Moore dealer, our products provide the greatest value in the paint industry. Superior coverage, and Benjamin Moore paint simply covers better and lasts longer. New Orleans is a city of vibrant color, and no one else provides the paints of New Orleans like Helm Paint and Decorating. Visit any of our 6 locations or online at helmpaint.com.
Helm Paint, let us steer you right. Helm Paint and Supply.
Outdoor dining, Middle Eastern cuisine, under the oak trees, Lebanon's Cafe, some of the city's finest lamb chops and shish kebab, Carrollton at Jeanette by the streetcar barn, Lebanon's Cafe.
Being a part of people's lives, from an engagement ring to a wedding band. Before you know it, the wedding day is here, and groom and bride are exchanging gifts on that day. And not too long after that, there's baby gifts to have. And I just enjoy being part of other people's family, saying, Mr. Friend did my engagement ring, and he did my mom and dad's engagement ring. My name is Ken Friend of Friend & Company Fine Jewelers. you've got a friend in the jewelry business.
The Port of New Orleans is the gateway to global commerce, the economic engine that moves Louisiana and our country forward. For more than 125 years, Port Nola has continued to deliver the goods we use each and every day, by river, rail, and by road. No matter what, it all happens right here, delivering Louisiana's future at the Port of New Orleans, your working river. Learn more about your Port of New Orleans. Visit portnola.com.
Dave Miette Insurance Agency. Auto, home, flood, business. 504-556-0809. Dave Miette, INSagency.com. Dave Miette Insurance Agency. Auto, home, flood, business. 504-556-0809. Dave Miette, INSagency.com.
River Cities Total Maintenance keeps you cool, New Orleans. NOLAAC.com is your cool spot.
Here at the NOLA Coalition, we love our kids and we love our city. The people of New Orleans are standing together for a better future. By harnessing our collective resources, the NOLA Coalition will create a safer, more prosperous city for all residents. Your support is needed to help reduce violence, invest in our children, and drive generational change. Join now at nolacoalition.info.
Our Humane May fundraiser is going on right now. In the month of May, we're trying to raise $10,000 for the Humane Society of Louisiana. Donate right now at humanela.org.
The Woodhouse Day Spa, with 5 area locations: New Orleans, Metairie, Slidell, Baton Rouge, and now Mandeville. A day of relaxation is just moments away at the Woodhouse Day Spa. WoodhouseSpas.com.
Crawfish season in New Orleans and South Louisiana. That means Rouse's Markets. Best quality, best price, best selection. 2 ways to get your crawfish at your neighborhood Rouse's. Live by the sack. For you to boil. Live by the sack. Fresh, live by the sack. South Louisiana crawfish at each and every Rouse's location. Or get them hot from the pot, ready to eat. And this is Rouse's Markets, South Louisiana, home of Thibodaux, New Orleans. They know how to season crawfish. Isn't some out-of-town operation. Hot from the pot all day long, steaming hot crawfish ready to eat from each and every Rouse's. Or live from the sack for you to bring home and boil them yourself. Crawfish season, Rouse's Markets, tastes like home. Our Humane May fundraiser going on. HumaneLA.org. Please donate. Trying to help cats and dogs and kittens and puppies. Treat animals humanely. All the money benefits the Humane Society of Louisiana. We still have not hit 90 degrees on the thermometer, but the last 2 days in a row, yesterday and today, feels like 90 plus out there. So we're on the brink. Stay hydrated. Lots of agua. Got to be consuming a lot of that. A lot of that. The mayor, ready, fire, aim, very Mike Ditka-esque, opens her mouth and wrecks deals. The Target going into the Lowe's in New Orleans East opens her mouth about that. Target pulls the plug. Just last week, the Plaza Tower. Oh, the developer has not one but 2 viable options to buy that building. Oh, I better be quiet. Yeah, you should. Last week, none of these acts were random. We have to understand that women play a role in violent crime activity in our city. That was the mayor responding to 2 girls, 20 years old, one a mother, both getting educated. One getting her nursing degree from Delgado, the other at Southern, gunned down outside of a club on the 1000 block of Claiborne. The mayor insinuating they were part of the female drug trade in New Orleans. The families of the 2 slain girls are very ticked off at the mayor, insinuating that when it is entirely not true, according to the family. And the mayor said nothing about, I know the girls, I know the rap sheet, the police have told me. She just assumed and made this comment because it was 1:30 in the morning outside of a club on Claiborne. Shame on the mayor. Ready, fire, aim. Very Mike Ditka-esque. No, you got to do better than that when you're in this position. Mayor of the city. Got to be a little bit more responsible. Ah, Blue Boy. What's up, buddy? What's the word? Thanks for everybody watching and listening today. What else? Thank Jason. And tomorrow, Wide Open Wednesday.
You're on the neutral ground with Corey Johnson on TV on Cox Channel 4 and Spectrum Channel 333. Also on YouTube, on radio at NOLA Talk 93.9 FM, WSLA New Orleans.
Hi, it's Ken Friend from Friend & Company Fine Jewelers. You've got a friend in the jewelry business. Come see us over on Maple Street in Uptown.
Friend & Company Fine Jewelers, Breitling time, 6 p.m.